Hi, hello everyone. இன்னைக்கு Divine Yoga for Women Beautiful Women series episode 34th இருக்கும். இன்னைக்கு guest வந்து Rohini Rao. She is an Indian women sailor and a doctor. அவங்கள பற்றி வந்து சொல்லணும்னா சொல்லிகிட்டே போகலாம். She has a huge profile, she has a huge portfolio and multiple professionsல இருக்கிற ஒரு talented woman அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். நான் யூஸ்வலாக வந்து இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் கொடுக்கும்போது ஒரு வேர்ட்லேயே வந்து சொல்லிடுவேன் இவங்க இந்த ப்ரொஃபஷன்லேருந்து வராங்க அப்படின்னு. பட் இவங்களை வந்து என்ன ப்ரொஃபஷன்லேருந்து சொல்கிறதுனே தெரியாத அவ்வளோ ஷி ஹாஸ் டன். நான் வந்து இன்ஃபேக்ட் நோட் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்கேன். ஷி இஸ் டாப் விமன் செயிலர், ஏஷியன் ஷெயிலிங் சாம்பியன்ஷிப் வாங்கியிருக்காங்க அண்ட் அந்த கோல்டு மெடல் வாங்கியிருக்காங்க, 8 வேர்ல்ட் சாம்பியன்ஷிப், 6 இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் மெடல்ஸ், 32 நேஷ்னல் மெடல்ஸ், நிறைய வந்து 2012 ஒலிம்பிக் கேம்ஸில் வந்து கன்சிக்யூட்டிவாக கேம்பெயின் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஹாய் எவ்ரிவன். ஷீ இஸ் அன் ஆக்டர், சிங்கர், லிரிசிஸ்ட், சைல்ட்ஹுட் ஆர்டிஸ்ட். நான் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிறேன் பாருங்க, எவ்வளோ வந்து ரொம்ப டேலண்டடான ஒரு பர்சன் தான். ஐ எம் ஸோ எக்ஸைட்டட் டு ஹேவ் ரோஹிணி ராய் லட்சுமி Momitas. So she is joining. அவங்க வந்து ஒரு டெட் ஸ்பீக்கர். ஹாய் ரோஹிணி.
ஹாய்.
வாவ். ஸோ நான் வந்து சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன், நிறைய ப்ரொஃபஷன்லேருந்து ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷன்லேருந்து வந்திருக்காங்கன்னு, எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷன்லேருந்து வந்திருந்தா ரோஹிணி நான் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன். First of all, thank you so much for joining the series, and it's so we feel so happy to have you in the series, and thank you so much for it.
Thank you so much. Just before we start, am I audible? All okay?
Yeah.
For having me. I think somebody suggested my name in your questions list, and that's how you got to know about me. So thank you so much to whoever did that. I think that was very sweet of you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rohini. I don't want to waste your time because I have a lot of questions and people love you so much. I just came to know that after I posted the announcement, so many messages came, and they pinged me personally and they were saying like, I love her, I'll later send the screenshot as well. So நிறைய லவ், அது வந்து இட்ஸ் நாட் ஈஸி. நிறைய வந்து லவ் கிடைக்கிறது, தட் ஃப்ரம் பீப்புள். ஸோ இந்தியன் விமன் செயிலர் கம் டாக்டர், எப்படி இது ரெண்டும் எல்லாரும் இதை கேட்டுருப்பாங்க உங்ககிட்ட?
கண்டிப்பா. I think the most difficult question for me to answer is, what do you do? Because are you your profession? First thing I want to ask people, like, what do you do? First you'll talk about, okay, I am a doctor or I am a teacher. Is that only who you are? That's the question I think I wanted to break. I wanted to make people understand that you are not your profession. There's so many aspects to you. There are a lot of things. If I ask you, what do you do? Fine, maybe yoga, maybe all of that must be your main thing, but you might do so many other things, Ilya. So that's my whole thing of it's some people might say, okay, this is just a hobby, edukku na and madri solano that I do this, or maybe I got center in maths, so why should I say that is that something I should say, right? So for me, I think sailing one day, it was not a very it's not a very common sport that people do. I know that. I'm just very lucky that my mother knew about the sport of sailing, so that's why I was lucky when I was in when my mother joined the sailing club, the Royal Madras Yacht Club in Chennai. She took me sailing when I was hardly 1 year old, and then
Okay.
I just went for this coaching camp. She put me in a coaching camp when I was 10 years old, and after that they said, okay, we are going for a national championship, do you want to sail a national event? I didn't even know that sailing was national champ, like there were national competitions or anything like that. But when they said, okay, you should join, I immediately said yes. And that's it. That's how it started. And medicine was never one of my choices. A lot of people might think, okay, I wanted to be a doctor from the beginning, but I wasn't forced to do medicine either. That's not also what happened. For me, because I like biology, I like science a lot. I like helping people. I love traveling. So all of these things, because I liked all of these things. Medicine was also one of the things that came under that category. So I actually,
Okay.
before doing medicine, I started BSc Psychology and WCC for 3 months. And then I went into the sports quota, which was in August sometime. And that's when after I got one of the 3 seats in medical for the MBBS sports quota, was when I joined MBBS.
Yeah. That too, you have studied in a government college, right? It's
Amaka.
it's அது வந்து எல்லாரும் வந்து நம்ம மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்ல படிச்சிடலாம் மல்டிபிள் ப்ரொஃபஷன்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லும் போது கவர்மெண்ட் காலேஜ்னும் போது யூ ஷுட் ஹேவ் சம் கோட்டா யூ ஷுட் ஹேவ் சம் அதுவே ஒரு தனி கெத்துன்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல. ஸோ நல்ல மார்க் இருந்தால் தான் வந்து கவர்மெண்ட் காலேஜ்ல படிக்க முடியும்.
நீங்க அந்த மாதிரி சொல்லுவீங்க, but I know how difficult it was for me when I studied in Chengalpet Government Medical College.
Yeah, I know.
And when I studied in school, I was in Chettinad Vidyashram. From pre-KG till 12th standard, I was in Chettinad Vidyashram throughout. So if you know that school and where I come from, I was very sheltered. Now I wouldn't go by PTC bus, train, and the madri. I've never been when I was in school. But when I went to college, suddenly I had to travel by bus, travel by share auto, travel by train. I was in another world. Literally, it was a different world going to Chengalpet. This is in 2004. So you can imagine how different it was. For there was. I think there was just one new movie theater where it was, fan what is that? And I think my first movie that I saw was Chandramukhi. So it was like a very different experience for me. I, had to change a lot. I had to, I think it was a really good experience, but I think at the same time, it really taught me more about what it is like to be, independent, to look after myself. I was in the hostel for the first year. So I learned a lot. I made a lot of friends, and truly that is where I learned Tamil. So that's another, my Tamil is not that great, but because I went into Chengalpet, now the local slang, he was able to learn Tamil.
I know. நானும் செங்கல்பட்டுல தான் படிச்சேன். But not in medicine கிடையாது, but செங்கல்பட்டுல தான் படிச்சேன். அதனால I know.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's why I started going there.
ஓகே, நீங்க தியேட்டர் சந்திரமுகி அப்படின்னு சொன்ன உடனே எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்தது, ஆக்டிங் எங்க வந்துச்சுங்க?
Actually, a lot of things I need to thank and blame my mother. So my mother actually started a theater company when I was 5 years old. So she started a theater company called the Little Theater. It is now 28 years old. So it's it's just amazing that because she started it, I started being on stage. I started singing, dancing, elame. I learned everything while I was from a very young age. So I did I've learned the piano, I played the violin, I learned Bharatanatyam. So I did a lot of things right from age 5 till my 10th standard.
ஸோ என்னதான் அம்மா வந்து தியேட்டர் ஃபேக்டரி வச்சிருந்தாலும் யூ ஷுட் ஹேவ் தட் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இல்லையா? நம்ம ஒரு டாக்டர், நம்ம போய் வந்து டான்ஸ் ஆடணும்னு இந்த ஹெசிடேஷன்லாம் இருந்ததே இல்லைல்ல உங்களுக்கு?
இதெல்லாம் வந்து சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து because I started when I was 5. So I think what happened was you learn to see, okay, either I like this, I don't like this, and the madri, if it is there, I think it will be very easy when you grow up to decide, okay, I like this, I don't like this, either continue pannuma, either continue panna venama. Okay, I think there's Monica. Of course, I remember you from Decathlon. Hi, Monica. Nice to see you here.
Decathlon. Okay. So, after that, marriage, adukapram vandu you are a new mom, right?
Yes.
Mother of newborn or a toddler? 3 months old. Okay, so how is motherhood now? நான் toddler ஆகும் நினைச்சேன், but newborn எனக்கு தெரியல.
If you ask me, I think it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I think a lot of mothers will say that, but I think only when you experience it do you realize how it changes you. And I think during this whole pandemic, there were a lot of problems, a lot of things that people were worried about. For me, I enjoyed it a lot. I knew if the pandemic was not there, I would have been working 24/7. Kandipa, until my 9th month, I would have been working. But
Working.
because of the pandemic, because of because I was pregnant, I actually stayed at home for most of the time, and I was consulting only over the phone. So I think I had a great time spending time with my family, and now for the last 3 months, it's been a very different stage for me as well.
Wow, wow. So since you're a doctor and this is a yoga page, I'm asking how a woman can follow some physical activity day to day life. எப்படி வந்து consistent we can follow any form of physical activity, workout or even yoga. இப்போ நீங்க வந்து உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் ஆஃப் யோகா பிஃபோர் அண்ட் ஆஃப்டர் பிரெக்னன்சி அண்ட் டியூரிங் பிரெக்னன்சி ஆல்சோ இல்லை. ஸோ அது ஹவு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் இட் இஸ் அது வந்து நீங்க சொன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும். பிகாஸ் யூ ஆர் அ டாக்டர் அண்ட் நீங்க வந்து லைவா அதை ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியும். ஸோ இஸ் மை வாய்ஸ் எக்கோயிங்?
No, I can hear.
Okay.
So, thank you for asking this question, because actually, I didn't know that a lot of doctors don't encourage pregnant women to do workouts. Only when I became pregnant, when I found out, when I, used to go to my friends who are colleagues who are gynecologists, I was asking them, they know that I made a comeback into sailing last year. I went for a world championship last year in Spain, and my team finished 4th. So I was in a very high fitness level, right until my pregnancy. So I wanted to know, sorry, fitness alla continue panna mudiyuma? What is my, what should I do? What should I not do? And the madri. When I went and I asked them, the first thing they said, illa, you should not do any exercise. You should not do anything. For the first 3 months or so, you should not do anything. Nijamave, I was very shocked. I mean, they knew that I was an athlete. They knew as to what level of athlete, of fitness I used to do. And that I was a doctor. In spite of that, they said no. And then I said, okay, after 3 months, can I do? That time they said, first 5 months, panavana. Actually, yedukku padringa? Don't do anything. Okay. So
anything.
Then after that, okay, what about swimming? Okay, you can do swimming. You can just like float on your back. Chumma kai kaal mattum aadidunga. I was just like, and you can do stretches. You can do walks. That was the maximum that they told me. So this is when I got a doubt. I said, I've seen, right from Serena Williams to many athletes who have done so much during their pregnancy, after pregnancy, before pregnancy, during pregnancy. So I finally started looking for, some doctors who would let me do my exercise, because I don't want to lie to my doctors. Why should I lie to them saying, I'm not doing anything? So finally, I found another doctor who practices, the UK guidelines. Now, the UK guidelines say that you can do up to 150, at least 150 minutes of workout during at least in 1 week. So that is the guidelines that the UK have given for pregnant women. Whether you have done exercise before pregnancy or if you're just starting new, they recommend that you start exercise even during your pregnancy, because they have found so many benefits to it. I mean, you would also be aware of, it reduces gestational diabetes, it reduces hypertension.
It even eases the birth journey.
Exactly. It promotes natural birth. And a lot of the pains that you go through, it helps you during. I feel like pregnancy is like a marathon. Or a marathon race madriya irukku, because towards especially during a labor, you're talking about 15 to sometimes 20 hours of labor pains and going through that whole labor process. Neenga exercise pannalena, how are you going to manage that period? So I don't think people realize that, okay, suddenly you're going to get energy, suddenly you're going to get stamina correctly at the last minute or what. That doesn't work like that, right? Especially cardiovascular stamina, you have to build it. You have to build it right from the beginning. And if you are going for a natural birth that doesn't practice, the lithotomy position, that is basically lying on your back and giving birth, you can actually do squats. You have to, there sometimes you give birth in a squatting position. in all fours. So for all that, you need your quadricep muscles to be very strong. So that's why they say you should do squats. Now, believe a squat, how can you do squats right in the last minute, right? So you have to
Very
practice,
true.
progress right from the beginning. So I'm a huge
Yes.
advocate, for exercise during pregnancy, and definitely after pregnancy. I would say give yourself a break, even if it takes up to 6 months. Give yourself a break, but slowly start. Either core exercises, walking, stretches, mild exercises that not don't give you pain, and then you can start doing back to what you used to. If you're an athlete or anything, you can start doing. And yoga is probably one of the safest things to do, like you
Safest.
said, before, during, and கண்டிப்பா.
எஸ், நீங்க ஒரு டாக்டர் ரோஹிணி, உங்ககிட்டயே வந்து கரெக்டா இதெல்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னா திங்க் அபவுட் நார்மல் பீப்புள். பிகாஸ் யூ நோ ஆல் த டெக்னிக்கல் டேர்ம்ஸ். நீங்க வந்து இப்போ குவாட்ரஸ் மசில்ஸ் எல்லாமே சொல்றீங்க. ஸோ யூ நோ ஆல் த டேர்ம்ஸ். என்னோட யோகா கிளாஸ்லயே வந்து நான் நிறைய பேர் வந்து சொல்லுவாங்க பிளேசண்டா இறங்கிடும்னு ஒரு டாக்டர் சொல்லியிருக்காங்களா. யோகா பண்ணா வந்து பிளேசண்டா டவுன் ஆயிடும், உங்க பேபி வந்து டவுன் ஆயிடும். ஸ்குவாட் இன்ஃபேக்ட் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்களா. ஸோ சி, அப்போ எவ்வளவு பயந்து போயிருப்பாங்க. இப்போ வந்து நான் சொன்னா அது நல்லா எப்படி இருக்கும்னு தெரியல. பட் ஒரு டாக்டர் வந்து ஃபேமிலி டாக்டர் வந்து அது சொல்லும் போது பீப்புள் ஓன்ட் டூ தட், ரைட்? வித்யாஸ்ரீ ரவி ஜாயின் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஹாய் வித்யாஸ்ரீ, ஷி இஸ் அ சைல்ட் பர்த் எஜுகேட்டர். ஷி இஸ் மை ஃப்ரெண்ட். ஓகே. ஸோ அதனால வந்து ஒரு மத்தவங்களுக்கு அந்த அவேர்னஸே சுத்தமா இருக்காது. பட் பீப்புள் ஹாவ் டு ஓப்பன் அப் த பெல்விக் மசில்ஸ் இல்லையா. அந்த மசில்ஸ் வந்து நல்லா ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணாதான் நம்மளால வந்து நேச்சுரல் பர்த், நார்மல் டெலிவரிக்கு வந்து ஹெல்ப் பண்ண முடியும். ஸ்குவாட் பண்ணணும், இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு சின்ன சின்ன விஷயம். பட் there are more myths about doing workouts during pregnancy. அதை வந்து உங்களை மாதிரி ஒரு இன்ஸ்பைரிங் விமன் வந்து நீங்க அதை பிரேக் பண்ணும்போது இட்ஸ் வெரி பியூட்டிஃபுல் திங். அண்ட் ஹவு இஸ் மதர்ஹுட்? இப்போ வந்து இப்போ இன்னும் பிரெஸ்ட் ஃபீட் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பீங்க. ஸோ உங்களோட பிரெஸ்ட் ஃபீடிங் ஜேர்னி பத்தி சொல்லுங்க, எப்படி இருந்துச்சு? பிகாஸ் நியூ மதர்ஸ் நீங்க இது ஆல்ரெடி உங்களை அவேரா இருந்துச்சு பிரெஸ்ட் ஃபீடிங்ல இருக்க சேலஞ்சஸ் எல்லாம்?
Kandipa. So I think a lot of people, even for me, I mean, I also was under the misconception that, I mean, how difficult can breastfeeding be? Yeah, I mean, baby will get, you give birth to the baby and automatically, even as a doctor, that's what I thought. Especially knowing the latches, knowing the position. I mean, I didn't think it would be so difficult. Okay, so I was lucky that I went through the Lamaze classes and a lot of the natural birthing classes. So up until they told us, the first few days there won't be that much milk. There'll only be colostrum. So konjamada vandaro. So don't feel bad. That's all the baby needs. So that way I was very confident. I wasn't worried about that. But on the pain, I did not expect the kind of pain that I went through when my baby started suckling. I was very lucky that I also had the opportunity to do the breast crawl. I don't know how many people know about the breast crawl. I'll just talk to you about it. The breast crawl is something so beautiful that not many people, I know as a doctor, I didn't know about this. So when the baby is born, immediately they put the baby on the chest, and within the first hour of the baby being born, the baby actually uses the smell of the amniotic fluid and it finds the nipple. It finds your breast, it finds the nipple, and it crawls up. The baby actually crawls up to your breast and latches automatically. It's the most beautiful experience I think any mother can have or should have, except that nobody knows about it. Nobody knows about it, nobody asks about it, nobody even suggests it. So I was very lucky that I had that experience. Now, when that happened, it was beautiful, but it was also very painful. Now, so I have a very high threshold for pain being a sports person. As you can imagine, I have sailed races. I have, with my...
I can imagine.
With my...
Or warm up, you do so much.
So, I mean, in spite of that, this was painful. So, now again, I thought, okay, Cherry, because I had to get used to it, maybe there's a lot of pain, so I'll get used to it and it should be fine, is what I thought. What happened was, the next day, my nipples started getting very sore and started cracking, and it was very, very painful. So that's when I had a midwife and a postpartum lactation specialist. She came and she had visited me in the, when I had come home. And she looked at my baby and found that she had a lip tie and a tongue tie. And this is something that not many people know about. Again, even as a doctor, we are not very aware that there's anything called a lip tie, first of all. So when I mean, initially she told me it was a lip tie. I mean, a tongue tie. She didn't tell me about the lip tie at all. So I said, okay, tongue tie, Nala. Okay, fine. What should I do? I mean, am I supposed to go somewhere?
Lip tie is like இந்த upper lipக்கும் உள்ள இருக்கிறதுக்கும் இடத்துல இருக்கிற connection then lip tie. Okay. Even I know about lip tongue. I don't know about tongue tie. I don't know about lip tie. Baby,
Exactly.
I have seen
Exactly.
babies. Yeah.
Exactly. So tongue tie was, I mean, something I knew. So when she finally told me to go to a pediatric dentist, and I gave birth in a natural birthing center in Kochi. So I wasn't even in Chennai, so I didn't know anybody in Kochi at that time. So I went to this pediatric dentist when she was only 1 day old. She was only 1 day old. The next day we went to the pediatric dentist. She examined her and she told me about the lip tie. She said the tongue tie is actually not that bad. It's actually a very low grade. The lip tie was of grade 3. There are 4 grades in lip tie, when it comes to lip tie, and it was already grade 3. So that was what was having a problem. She was not the frenulum part was too short. It was where the teeth join, the gums join. That's where it was already attached. Now this can cause painful latch. So even though I knew how to make her latch, even though her latch was proper, the latch was very painful. It will cause sore nipples and cracked nipples very quickly. If you put your finger, you'll see how hard it is. When the baby latches, the baby will become very gassy very quickly. They will feed for a short time. They won't be able to feed for a very long time. So there are a lot of these, symptoms that you will get. So she told me, Cherry, you can do a very simple thing called a frenulotomy, which you just have to cut the frenulum part of the lip. Were you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah. So the frenulum part of the lip, if you just do a small cut with a laser, is when you can actually free that part, and it's hardly a 1-minute procedure. So, I mean, as you can imagine, as a new mom, I didn't want to,
இது surgery மாதிரி.
She was so small. Kandipa பயந்துட்டேன். I was very, anxious about it. When she was 1, so I thought, okay, maybe let's give it a little time. So what I did was, what she suggested was try nipple shields, try pumping and giving milk. So I actually tried the nipple shield, and that really helped. It really worked for me. Luckily, it saved me. It saved my daughter also. She was very happy.
So you did not do that laser in the treatment பண்ணலையா? So
I did after 1 week. After 1 week, because I thought, okay, let me try and see if I'm able to manage, or if it's fine. But it's still the same. So after 1 week, I did the surgery. It was literally some 2 to 3 minutes now. And she put a local anesthetic and was able to do that laser cut. And immediately after the surgery, she latched and she breastfed, and there was no pain. So that's how amazing that procedure is. So that's what I'm really lucky about. So on the, when there was on the lip tie, I don't think anybody knows about lip tie. I also don't know about lip tie. Now I know about it. So that's it. So that began my breastfeeding journey. At the couple, it was very enjoyable. I know lots of women, they go through a lot of problems during breastfeeding. So this is one of the reasons why it can be a very, not very comfortable experience.
ரோஹிணி, ஐம் சோ ப்ரவுட் தட் நான் வந்து நீங்க ஒரு அத்லெட், செயிலர், இந்த மாதிரி வந்து ஒரு ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் பர்சன் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்போது யூ ஸ்போக் அபவுட் சோ மச் திங் அபவுட் பிரெக்னன்சி, பிரெஸ்ட் ஃபீடிங், இதை பத்தி பேசும்போது இட்ஸ் சோ நைஸ். அதை கேட்கும் போதே, பிகாஸ் ஒரு டாக்டரா பேசாம யூ ஸ்போக் அஸ் அ மதர். அது நீங்க நிறைய பேசுவீங்கன்னு எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணவே இல்லை, பட் தட் வாஸ் பியூட்டிஃபுல். நிறைய விஷயம், தெரியாத விஷயம் சொன்னீங்க. லைக் பேபி கேஸியா இருக்கிறதுல இருந்து லிப் டை, டங் டை எல்லாமே ஈஸியா சொன்னீங்க. So hope it might be an awareness for யாராவது ஒரு women வந்து இதை ஃபேஸ் பண்றாங்கன்னா, இட்ஸ் நாட் a new thing, இட்ஸ் நார்மல், எல்லாரோட மதரும் ஃபேஸ் பண்றது தான் அப்படின்றது they can take. ஸோ நான் வந்து உங்களோட ப்ரொஃபைல் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கும்போது I was thinking, you traveled 49 countries. எப்படி இது?
First of all, hi to everybody that's come. Tamil ரொம்ப
Lot
மோசமா
of
இருக்கு.
fans.
எவ்வளோ try பண்ண முடியுமா? Try to speak in Tamil, but if I can't speak in, maybe Charanya, you can probably explain to anybody else if they
No
are.
problem, no problem.
Hi, Sof, hi everybody.
That's why I'm
So
repeating what you said sometimes.
sure. Please do. So
Sometimes.
49 countries won this. So the thing is, நான் சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து I think when I was 6 months old, my parents took me to Malaysia. அதுதான் என்னோட first travel experience, I guess, out of the country. அதுக்கப்புறம் from the age of 4 and 5, my mother used to let me go. My brother and I, we used to go தனியா. We used to go into by plane. We used to go and visit my grandparents in Trivandrum, in Kerala. So
Kerala.
I was used to traveling a lot from a young age. I used to go and by myself. My first experience traveling abroad by myself, I was 16 years old. I went for a world championship in sailing world championship in Netherlands. So my parents were very supportive. They were very, I mean, rather they trusted me. Otherwise, ஒரு பெரிய விஷயம் to let the parents to let you go like that. And after that, I just kept for sailing. Because of my sailing, I traveled mostly around Europe, around Australia, New Zealand. Those were the countries that I used to travel a lot for my sailing. Until 2012, I campaigned for the Olympic Games in sailing. After that, there were some misunderstandings and some problems, and that I faced politics, in the federation. So I stopped sailing. And after that, I was wondering how I was going to travel, because that's one of my most favorite things to do. I actually thought, okay, after sailing, how will I travel? So I started applying for different things. I used to apply for anything, whatever I qualified for, I applied. I applied to be a health researcher. I applied to be a facilitator in design thinking, humanitarian design thinking projects. And so I got to travel to a lot more countries, conferences, so அந்த மாதிரி I just kept on traveling. I thought maybe I will travel to my 50th country this year, but it didn't happen because of COVID. But maybe next year.
COVID and
Sri
baby
Lanka,
வச்சுட்டு
Sri
நீங்க
Lanka.
next ஒரு few monthsக்கு நீங்க பேபி கூட தான் travel. அப்புறம் travel எல்லாம் stop பண்ணிட்டு
கண்டிப்பா.
அதுக்கப்புறம்
Maybe
baby will
I'll
also travel
travel
with me.
I don't think it's a problem.
It's actually it's easy when they are breastfeeding. நம்ம வந்து ஓப்பனா வெளியிலேயே வந்து ஃபுட் எல்லாம் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிட்டு போவேன். ஐ ஹவ் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்ட். நான் வந்து breastfeed பண்ணும்போது தான் ரொம்ப டஃப்னு நினைச்சேன். ஆனா வந்து அதுக்கப்புறம் இருக்கிற ஸ்டேஜ் வந்து அதை விட ரொம்ப டஃப். அப்ப வந்து breastfeedன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், 3 hours 4 hours once வந்து ஏர்போர்ட்ல எல்லாம் நான் அப்படியே கொடுத்துடுவேன். ஸோ எனக்கு ஈஸியா இருக்கும். இப்ப என்ன எல்லாத்துலயும் கலக்கணும், ஃபுட் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும், அட்லீஸ்ட் அதுக்கு பிளான் பண்ணணும், 3 hours என்ன கொடுக்கணும். இட்ஸ் தி மோஸ்ட் டஃபஸ்ட். So in
yeah, I know. I've actually been to Sri Lanka. When I was younger, I've been to Sri Lanka. I went with my husband also about, I think, 5 years ago. I love Sri Lanka. It's one of the most beautiful countries there. And the best is, you don't feel poor when you go there, because in all the other countries, when you go to Europe and all, number rupee, it is very, very expensive. At least Sri Lanka feels like number local, currency, or it feels really good to go to places like that.
Yes. சில பேர் கமெண்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, ரோஹிணி இஸ் மை நியூ இன்ஸ்பிரேஷன். கண்டிப்பா ஈவன் இப்ப எனக்கே தோணுது, பேசாம நம்மளும் sailing போனா என்ன அப்படின்னு.
கண்டிப்பா ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். Anyone can try sailing for sure.
Wow. What is a humanitarian design project? Just curious. Is it something you have started?
So, I don't know how many of you know about design thinking. Design thinking, it's about, see, some of us can make a product for somebody. Okay, that is just, very directly. If, let's say, for example, you want a clock, I will design a clock for you and give it to you. Design thinking, we find out what exactly is the problem. What exactly is the problem statement? So you need to, we'll go into a community and we'll find out, we'll do research. We'll find out what that problem is. Actually, the problem might be you don't know how to tell time. Or clock kudta, you still may not know how to read the time looking at the clock. Yeah. So what is the problem? You will find, okay, maybe the problem is literacy. So correct question, you need to find the correct question or the problem to solve, and then you need to
In the user
work on the
perspective la
different
paakra
areas.
mari. Yeah.
Exactly. And then you
User
need to
perspective.
find, and then you need to find the different ideas as to how to solve that problem. So I can decide how to solve a problem, or you can tell me what the problem is, or both of us can work together and solve the problem. So that is what humanitarian design thinking is. ஒரு village போயிட்டு அந்த research பண்ணி ஒரு problem கண்டுபிடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் I'm not going to solve the problem for you. நம்ம எல்லாம் சேர்ந்து ideas எல்லாம் யோசிச்சுட்டு we will find out what the problem is together, and we'll come up with different prototypes. And so கடைசியா வந்து we will find out what are the pros, cons, what are the things that will work, not work. It should be low cost, it should be easily available, அந்த மாதிரி எல்லா criterias வச்சு you will find out in the end what is the final solution for that problem. So I teach, I facilitate this sort of design thinking projects for different organizations. I've done it with Engineers Without Borders Australia. So there were students from Australia that came to Madurai actually, and they were staying here for 1 month, and I taught them how, along with other teachers, we call ourselves facilitators, we used to teach them what is this design thinking process and how to apply it in anything. You can apply it in any part of your life. That's the beauty about this.
Even in profession, even in business or anything, if you can do that, right?
Absolutely. So that thing has taken me to Nepal, to Kenya, to Tanzania, to even to Singapore. So those are the places that I went to teach and to be part of the group that does this design thinking for humanitarian design thinking projects.
So is it like a workshop or a session, or is it a service that you are doing? Workshop kind of service?
So in 2015, I actually came across this, when I told you I was applying for different things to do. I found that there was this maternal and child health design thinking course. And I thought, okay, wow, maternal and child health, kandipa, as a doctor, maybe it will be useful. I was the only doctor. Everyone else were engineers, architects, designers, so from different fields. And we were all working in the maternal and child health space. We were working for 1 month doing different projects in different small teams. And we actually worked in Chengalpet Government Medical College as well. So it was such a small world that I went back to my alma mater to do this. So after that, I started teaching. When these organizations started calling me, I started teaching and helping teach other students how to do this whole design thinking process.
வாவ் ரோகிணி, எனக்கே அவ்வளோ இன்ஸ்பயர் ஆகுது. பிகாஸ் வந்து இது பாக்குறவங்களுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கு தெரியல, எனக்கு கேட்க அவ்வளோ இன்ஸ்பைரிங்கா இருக்கு. இதுக்கு நடுவுல எங்கதான் கேட்க டைம் இருந்திருக்கும்? கேட்க எப்படி இங்க வந்தாரு இந்த ஜேர்னில?
So
I'm thinking.
I've known him since since school. We were classmates from first standard onwards. We were classmates. So we were both friends. First and foremost, we were friends. But the truth is, I have been with other guys before when after school, before school, after school, and they were not able to handle me. I mean, they were not able to handle the fact that I don't have time for them. Chinna vishayala, they were not able to, if I was stronger than them, if I was more successful, it was very difficult for them to handle that part of me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you understand and you know that is a very common thing that, we as women
Very
feel in this kind of community that we have. I was lucky that, KK, my husband, he is successful in his own thing and he's very confident about himself. So he never felt, she's doing so many things. He didn't feel insecure about it. In fact, he used to encourage me, Ninga pannunga, whatever you want to do more. In fact, he used to be my fitness trainer and fitness partner during my
That's
sailing. So he used to train
nice.
with me and encourage me to do more. So I didn't have to hide anything. I was myself and he was happy and he was encouraging me to do everything. In fact, நம்ம கல்யாணத்துக்கு போன 2016, that whole year, I probably was traveling for at least 3 months in that whole year. Nobody will say that, you know, in the first year, you know, that you've got married, that you shouldn't travel and you shouldn't go anywhere. He, you know, luckily my family was very supportive. He was also very supportive. He, like, you know, we all went, our different work took us in different directions. So, yeah, I'm lucky, definitely.
சோ நைஸ். எனக்கு வந்து ரோஹிணி வராங்கன்னு சொன்ன உடனே ஒரு சில பேர் வந்து கேகே பத்தி கேளுங்க, கேகே பத்தி கேளுங்க, பிகாஸ் சூரரை போட்டுரும் நோய் அதனால நிறைய ஃபேன்ஸ் கேகே வந்துட்டாங்க. நான் சொன்னேன் கெஸ்ட் வந்து ரோஹிணி, அவங்கள பத்தி ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின் கேளுங்கன்னா கேகே பத்தி. சோ
No,
கேகே
I
வந்து
know for a fact that I'm going to get a lot of questions like that, so no problem at all.
கேகே வந்து இப்போ ஒரு நியூ மாம் மாதிரி நியூ ஃபாதர் ஆயிட்டாங்க. கேகே வந்து இப்போ ஃபாதர் இந்த டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர்மேஷன் எப்படி இருக்கு? பெஸ்ட் அப்பாவா இல்ல பெஸ்ட் ஹஸ்பண்டா அப்படின்னு உங்களோட பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் சொல்லுங்க.
I think what you know, what he has taught me, or what I hope that he will teach other, or rather be a role model to other fathers or new fathers to be, is how involved he was during the whole process. You know, during pregnancy,
Right from
during the
pregnancy.
birth.
Okay.
Kandipa. And, you know, even now as a new father, he's been very involved. That word co-parenting is literally what we are doing right now. I don't think I can do half the things I'm doing now if he wasn't also helping. You know, right from, I mean, just to give you an example, yes, during pregnancy, you know, the whole family will treat you really well. You know, Kandipa, you know, because you're carrying
Yes,
a baby.
because we
you know,
are a
so,
princess அந்த மாதிரி.
கண்டிப்பா ஒரு pampering அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய விஷயம் will happen only during your pregnancy. Birth ஆயிட்டுக்கு அப்புறம் everything, all the pampering will go to the baby. Everyone will forget about the mother. You know, it usually happens. It's not their fault, but it happens like that. For me, during the first 1 or 2 weeks, it's actually very difficult for the new mother, because if you, I mean, you would know, I didn't know how much it is until I went through the same thing, right? So I went through natural birth, so I didn't go through any epidural, I didn't go through anything. There was no medication at all during my delivery, you know, my birth. So for the first 2 weeks, I was supposed to just lie in my bed and not get up for anything. Bathroom ku mattum I could get up and go use the bathroom and come back. So that meant only KK and I were in Kochi by ourselves. So we didn't have our parents with us, nobody. It was just both of us.
Since it's a
So he
natural
took
delivery.
care of me. Yes. So he took care of me and the baby for the first 2 weeks. You know, he was the one who was doing everything, right from diaper duty, diapers alla wash panni, diapers alla potittu, you know, to giving me food, to make sure that I had the proper nutrition. You know, right from
That's so nice.
nuts,
அதுதான் வந்து நம்ம கேரி பண்ற மெமரிஸ் இல்ல, நம்ம வந்து அந்த சப்போர்ட் தான் வந்து நம்ம மெமரிஸா இருக்கும் கண்டிப்பா.
Absolutely. So I think, you know, more than anything else, I hope that, you know, maybe when he shares his story about, you know, being a new father, I hope more men would look at it. See, I actually can't blame all the men. I feel like, you know, a lot of men would actually want to help, but they may not get the opportunity to do it. Because on the delivery சமயத்துல, the mothers, the mother-in-law, எல்லாரும் surround பண்ணி, இல்ல, you know, தொடாதீங்க, நீங்க கேர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கீங்க, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that.
சில பேர் குழந்தைய தூக்கும் போது கூட ரோகிணி, லேடிஸ் தூக்குனாதான் அது கரெக்டா தூக்குவாங்க, கழுத்தெல்லாம் நிக்காம இருக்கும், நீங்க தூக்காதீங்க அப்படின்னு அவாய்ட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. கரெக்ட்.
Exactly. So I mean, to tell you the truth, like, KK held our little girl right from the beginning. In fact, we had the chest-to-chest contact with our baby.
They should also learn. Very true,
exactly.
very true.
And we had that, you know, chest-to-chest contact, skin-to-skin contact with, you know, the father and daughter also had that bonding moment with, you know, during the same time. So I think if men are given a chance, you know, to do this, then they learn a lot more, and the bond ரொம்ப stronger இருக்கும், and I think they learn a lot during this process. But as mothers, mother-in-laws, you know, we should be a little more, you know, I think kind to you know, the sons, to let them do this. You know, I think it's very, very important. So yeah.
So nice. So நான் வந்து ஆக்டிங், லிரிசிஸ்ட் இதெல்லாம் பார்த்த உடனே சிங்கர்னு ஒன்று பார்த்தேன் ரோஹிணி. பாட்டும் பாடிருக்கீங்க. தமிழ் ஃபிலிம் த்ரீ ரோசஸ் படத்துல பாட்டு பாடிருக்கீங்க. இது எப்போ அப்படின்னு பாக்குறேன். எல்லாமே பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. டைரக்ஷன், ப்ரொடக்ஷன் எதனா பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா?
Only for short plays. Okay, nothing more. Okay. See,
Okay.
I'll tell you why my my interests are very varied. Why I do so many things. For me, I believe that in life you should be able to try everything at least once, so that you can see, okay, I like this, so I can continue. I don't like this, so I don't want to continue. At least to know that you should try everything, you know. So I think that right from a young age, I was very lucky to have those opportunities, because see, as parents, we are the ones who decide what we want for the child to do, right? So that responsibility is on the parents. After that, after you turn 17, 18, then you can decide what you want to do. So most of the responsibility is actually with the parents to show the child what they all the different things that they can do, right? So when I was in the choir, I was singing in a choir. I was singing English, like an English song. That time Karthik Raja, he was in the audience, okay, and he was the music director for the film Three Roses. So he actually asked my mother whether I will come to audition for this role, not role, just the singing, the playback singing. So my mother started laughing, because she asked her like what song. He said no, for a Tamil song. She started laughing because எனக்கு தமிழ் சுத்தமா வராது. At least this was in my 10th standard. This was in my 10th standard that they asked me to come. Then he said, இல்ல ஒரு Tanglish song மாதிரி தான் இருக்கு, so ask her to come.
Can you sing a few words, ஒரு few lines பாட முடியுமா? நிறைய பேர் பாடாம விட்டனா அதுவே என்ன திட்டுவாங்க. அவங்க பண்ற ஒரு விஷயத்தை பாடிடு.
Definitely. So the thing is, for the audition, I was the only one who didn't sing the Titanic song. Adanala, I got the opportunity. That's also another thing that I sang one Savage Garden song, and that's why I got it. Okay. Sorry, I'll sing a few lines. Okay, fine. Okay, Georgina.
Yeah, பாருங்க, sing question வந்துருச்சு.
Okay. நான் உலகம் சுற்றும் butterfly, முத்தம் கொடுத்தால் don't feel shy, இளமை துள்ளும் beauty star. நான் இசையில் வந்த magic flute, சிரிக்கும் போது very cute. ஓஹோ அழகி கொள்ளும் Adam's fruit. Oh baby baby baby. All India radio போலே பேசும் பின்னே, all in all I வேலை செய்யும் teenage பெண்ணே.
Wow. கண்டிப்பா இதனாலதான் உங்களை வந்து செலக்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். தங்கிலீஷாவே கரெக்டாவே பாடிருக்கீங்க.
I mean, I have to thank Babatadani. That was Karthik Raja's sister. She was the one who sat and wrote everything in English for me and showed me the pronunciation. Adanalada, I was able to do it. So thank you. I've never sung the song in a very, very long time. So thank you.
Thank you so much. இப்போ வந்து some sing request நிறைய கமெண்ட்ஸ் படிச்சுட்டேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஓகே, ஸோ இந்த 40 minutes ஆக்சுவலா பத்தாதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் உங்களை பத்தி. See, I have written about வெறும் not questions, only about you. See my questions. Not questions, வெறும் about you மட்டுமே எனக்கு இவ்ளோ பேஜஸ் போகுது. See, அப்ப நான் வந்து questions எழுத ஆரம்பிச்சேன்னா இந்த ஒரு லைவ் கண்டிப்பா பத்தாது. So many questions we have. Maybe we should do another series with you after பாப்பாலாம் கொஞ்சம் பெருசா வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம். Thank you so much for joining this series and sharing so much information. Definitely நான் வந்து எண்ட்லாம் சொல்ல மாட்டேன். Maybe part 2 with Rohini soon we will plan, because இது கண்டிப்பா பத்தவே பத்தாது. நான் எழுதுனதுக்காகவாவது அட்லீஸ்ட் நீங்க இந்த லைவ் வந்தே ஆகணும். நீங்க இவ்ளோ பண்ணி வச்சா எப்படி? நாங்கெல்லாம் வந்து எப்படி பயங்கர இன்ஸ்பைரிங்கா இருந்துச்சு இந்த லைவ். ஈவன் பாக்குற எல்லாருக்குமே இன்ஸ்பைரிங்கா இருக்கும். விமன் cannot think like இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு க்ளோஸ் சர்க்கிள்ல வந்து நம்ம ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு வட்டத்துல நம்ம இவ்வளவுதான் முடிஞ்சிட்டோம் கல்யாணத்துக்கு அப்புறம், பாப்பா பிறந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் இவ்வளவுதான் நம்மளோட லைஃப் அப்படின்னு நினைக்க வேண்டாம். அதையும் கேரி பண்ணலாம் எல்லாமே பண்ணலாம் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு வந்து நீங்க பயங்கர ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள். ஸோ எல்லாரும் வந்து உங்களோட பேஜ் போய் பார்த்தா அது கண்டிப்பா தெரியும். பிரெக்னன்சி அப்ப நீங்க வந்து 2 weeks before pregnancy கூட நீங்க அந்த டெலிவரி டைம்க்கு முன்னாடி கூட you were doing workout and all. சோ நம்ம பாப்பா பர்த் குடுக்குற வரைக்கும் கூட நம்ம பண்ணலாம். நம்ம
Kandipa,
எக்ஸசைஸ்
Kandipa.
ஒர்க்
And
அவுட்
I also
பண்ணலாம்
want
அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு
people to know. I want people to know that it's never too late to start anything. You can always do things. It only depends on how much you want to do it and how you're going to make it happen. So, never let anything or anyone tell you that you can't do something. Do as much as you can.
as I already said, நம்ம டெட் டாக் பத்தி இன்னும் இட்டாலியன் ஃபீச்சர் ஃபிலிம் பத்தி இது பத்தி நிறைய பேச வேண்டியது இருக்கு. பட் திஸ் ஒன் லைவ் இஸ் நாட் எனஃப். ரோஹிணி நீங்க சூன் ஒரு புக் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றது என்னோட விஷ் அபவுட் யூ, அபவுட் யுவர் ஜேர்னி. மேபி உங்களோட பாப்பாக்கும் படிக்கும்போது பயங்கர இன்ஸ்பைரிங்கா இருக்கும், அம்மா இப்படி எல்லாம் அப்படின்னு. நம்ம சொன்னோம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், ஏன்னா நம்மளோட அம்மா பத்தியே கூட நம்மளுக்கு தெரியாது அவ்வளோ. ஆனா நம்ம புக்கா படிக்கும்போது இட் ஃபீல்ஸ் இல்ல இந்த மாதிரி. நீங்க சூன் அந்த ஹியூமானிட்டேரியன் ப்ராஜெக்ட் மாதிரி ஒரு புக்கும் வந்து நீங்க புக்கு பத்தாதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். மேபி நீங்க ஃபில்ம் எடுத்துருங்களேன். So thank you so much for joining this beautiful women series. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.